Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be using our scoring board and trimmer to make some wonderful gift bags like the ones you see in front of us. This one, as you can see, is decorated with rosettes, which we will show you on a separate video. And if you want to know more about the tool, we have an overview video which shows you how to make boxes, envelopes, tags and bunting, and it talks about the functionality and how to use the tool. But today is all about gift bags. All of these were made with A4 with the exception of this one, which was made with 12 by 12 cards. So the bigger the card, the bigger the bag, and you can make them slim, you can make them wide. It's entirely up to you, and that's the good thing about this. I'm going to show you how to make a specific size, but then you can take that forward and create your own. So let's just take these aside for 1 second, because I'm going to show you a simple graphic, and this is the basic structure of the bag. So the sides are the same, and the black lines are crease lines. So this is the front and the back of the bag. These are the sides, and they're exactly the same. The sides are the same dimension, those are the same dimension. Of course, this is a tab, so this is the only piece of cutting you're going to need to do. This shaded area, that's where we cut away. And cutting here, here, and here, so that we can fold the base together. Now, I'm using opulent cardstock today because it really shows up well on camera. Now, let's take my measuring tool. Now, this becomes the part where I butt up against for my creasing, okay? And to enable me to crease, I have the Sizzix fold and form, which is tucked away just inside the machine. They're very, very handy. Let's take the, before we start, let's trim this down to size. So my box today is going to be 15, so I move that along until I get to the 15 mark and make a cut. And it's going to be 25 wide. So again, 25, and there she blows. Now, incidentally, save these strips. If you want to make some of those bows that we see on there, strips are actually ideal. Also, if you want to make the handles, that's where a strip of card comes in really handy. Now, and I will show you how to do that towards the end. I measured it there, obviously 15 by 25. If you prefer to work in feet and inches, check out the overview video. It shows you how to flip this board over, flip over the measuring tool, and straight away you're in a completely different measuring system, i.e. imperial. So once more, I'm going to bring that around, and let's make my creases, remembering our original graphic showing where the creases are. So the first one, I'm going to come down this way, is at 1. This is going to be my tab, okay? Then we go 8. So I keep adding on. 1 plus 8 is 9. Then I need to go 2 along to 11, 2 along to 13. Then I need to add another 8, which is 21. And finally, we add 2, which is 23. There. That gives me, I had a little slip there, but that gives me basically what I've got written here. Then the next one, I'm coming at the 4 mark. So this is going to be the base of my box. Now, you can, this part, you can partly cut away using the tool, but this is the one area where I tend to reach for my scissors, but I'm going to do the bottom part. So I'm making sure that's squared up against the measuring tool, and I'm going to cut all the way to there. Then next, I'll reach down and grab my scissors. And I'll make a snip here. And there. So that is my tab. Now, when it comes to fold, obviously you just fold these along the lines, and here's one that I created earlier from yellow cardstock. So there we are. Let's take the tool away for a second, because I want to be using my wonderful folding form to make sure I have really deep, crisp folds. And that really does pay dividends. It makes everything far more professional. So we'll get that down there and we'll just finish those folds off using the edge of this, then bring that back around. See how clean and how crisp those are. And then we'll come to this point. Fold. Now this one actually folds the other way. So, and you don't need, with the side, you don't need to go as crisp on that one. You can just use fingertip pressure there. And there's the side. A couple more. And there we have it. Perfect. Now, I'm going to use my glue gun today because that makes things a whole lot quicker for no other reason than that. But the best way to glue this is to do it flat. Make sure, so we're not juggling about with this. If you do it flat, then when it opens up, it's much, much easier to do. So let's apply a little hot glue to that tab. Fold it over, and there we have it. There's your bag. We'll just fold those in, one there and one here, and again, just a little bit of glue along there, and that's it. Perfect. Now, if you wish, you can punch a hole in there, and you can thread some ribbon through. But I'm going to do some handles, because remember I said about the leftover bits. All right, what I'm going to do here, you don't have to do this accurately. You really don't. And I'm folding it kind of at 90 degrees. And it doesn't matter how accurate it is. That's all part of its charm, something like this. But where they both meet, I'm going to pop a little bit of hot glue, push them together, and that's it. Spot on. All right, again, we'll take the other one. 90 degrees or thereabouts. See, it's all about guesstimating. That's part of the fun. You can measure that if you want. You can fold it perfectly if you prefer, but you know, I don't think they're just minor details. It's all about having fun. So a bit of glue. Now you can trim these down to size if you want, so that you can finish them off and they look perfect. I'm just going to pop them in like that. There we are. Maybe I will trim that one after all. A bit more glue there and there. And there we have it. See, so even though we did that by eye, that's pretty close, even if I do say so myself, although it's not my first rodeo. And that's it. There's your bag. As we said, you know, you can tie it in the center with some ribbon. You can put this into your tool. There's a hole punch. You can punch a hole right by there and you get that result. You can create, again, this bow was created just using offcuts in the same way as I did the handles. You just fold them until you get something like that. And that's the basic tutorial on how to make the bags. Of course, depending on the size of your gift, depending on the dimensions, you can change that to suit your needs. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.